Hey there, it's Jenny McGarvey, and I am here today to share with you my first layout in my 2025 memory planner. This year I am using a big, undated happy planner, and it just is kind of what felt right. I didn't need it to be undated, but a nice, neutral, cute planner to me. It was undated, so I went for it. I'm not really completely particular about these types of things, so it worked out fine. I printed my photos. I used my Epson PictureMate printer. And the reason that I prefer this printer to any others, although I do really love the Canon Selfie and I used it for many years, but the thing I like the best about the Epson PictureMate is I love that I can also print 5x7 and that I can use whatever photo paper. I don't have to use like a proprietary photo paper that is for this specific planner only. So if I want to buy 8.5 by 11 paper and then cut it up and use it in my regular printer, I absolutely can. And I think that's great. But I love the Canon Selfie. No shade to the Selfie. I just think that the Epson is a really versatile planner and works really, really well. And I'm very happy with it. And the quality is outstanding. There's also that. Okay, so I printed these with that printer. I use the PicFrame app to make the collages. I will also say, since we're starting 2025, that I probably bought this app 10 years ago at minimum, paid the extra. And so I know it's a little bit different now. However, you don't need PicFrame. You can use any other photo collage app. You just need to make sure if you're printing a 4x6 that you're using the 2x3 ratio or the 3x2 ratio. You just always want it to be 3:2 or 2:3, depending on the orientation of your photos. So these are approximately 2x3. They're not exact. I'm okay with that. I'm not particular. And I'm adhering them down to the page using the Scotch ETG gun. For some reason, this particular one is discontinued, which is unfortunate. However, I don't think it matters. What's really great about this is that the adhesive is rock solid. You are not going to find these photos or other, pattern paper or things like that laying at the bottom of a shelf when you're finished with this. So it's the main reason why I am very committed to the Scotch ATG, especially in this project. All right, so I've got all of my photos down. Now we're going to decorate. I'm going to use a combination of this stencil, stamps, and rub-on stickers, plus some alphabet stickers that I have not pulled out yet, and keeping it simple yet really cute. That's how I like to do things. All right, so I'm going to first use a stamp, but I only want part of it. And so I'm going to mask off a little area using sticky notes. That's it. It's great, right? And then I'm going to use this ink that is Versa Magic. And just because I want to make sure that it's this color, this is the color that I want. I want it to be really pale, barely noticeable, just part of the layering process, but not an overpowering one. So I'm going to just Versa Magic is a very wet ink, which is wonderful if you're heat embossing or something. However, I use the heat tool just to make sure that we are not smearing ink. You get that. Okay, so now I'm going to trim out the rub-on that I want to use on here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and rub it on right there. And I am so excited about this particular, I don't know, collection of rub-ons, if you will. They're just really versatile and sort of seasonal, which I can't help myself. I love a good seasonal item. So a nice winter one. And this is for somebody who lives in Southern California. I don't even have winter, but these are gorgeous and they're absolutely perfect and beautiful. The colors are so pretty. So I'm going to use this honestly for my main embellishing because there's just so many little bits and pieces that I really love. And one of the other things that I love about rub-ons is that you can layer them on top of each other. So you saw that I already put that one there, and then now I'm just going to add this text right on top of it. And I love how it just gives it a lot of dimension and a lot of depth. And rub-ons are so easy to use. And not only are rub-ons easy to use, if they don't, you don't have to be perfect at it either. Like I'm not in any way, shape, or form a perfectionist. And so, like, when I pull it up and if it's bad, I can just put it back down and put the areas that I did not get right on there. Okay, so now I do want to add a little bit of this background stencil over here. So I'm just getting it laid out where I'd like it, and then I'm going to, again, mask it off where I don't want the ink. Now, yes, you can be super careful and you don't have to use the sticky notes. What I will say, though, is that I sometimes get a little bit carried away and it can be a little bit more difficult. And so I prefer to mask because then I am positive that I won't end up with ink where I don't want it. So this is just a nice, beautiful pale blue. And again, it does the same thing, which is I want it to be pretty. I want it to be something that I can see, but I don't want it to be overpowering or really stand out. I just want it to be sort of subtle. So this works absolutely perfectly. I love the results. Cute, right? The one thing I will say about the Distress Oxides with the rub-ons is the rub-ons do not rub on top of the Distress Oxides. So a person does have to be careful about that, like placement, but it doesn't really bother me. So I usually figure it out. I mean, there have definitely been times where it's not great, but everything is figure outable, right? Okay, so I'm going to add the rub-ons, right? I mean, part of it'll be on top of the ink, but a large portion of it is not. So then it works out okay. And it works out especially because these rub-ons are distressed to begin with, so they're not perfect. So having little parts that don't fill in is a-okay. It's not a problem at all. So we have another cute little cluster that's cluster two. And then we will also have a third one, which is a little bit smaller. My husband and his friends took a trip to see our oldest son in Wisconsin, and hence why I was able to go all in on the winter theme in January, which I'm very excited about because we don't have so much in the way of bundling up winter weather in Southern California. And so it's really fun for me to get to use supplies that I wouldn't ordinarily use. So again, I am layering, as you can see right there, the rub-ons, and they turn out so cute. I just absolutely love that. All right, so I've got my three little main points of decor, and I've got my photos. Now, what's next? Alphabet stickers. So I want to use these in the same way that we've talked about hundreds of times, which is these will sort of provide title slash journaling slash information, yet they will also be really cute and decorative elements to the overall layout. Now, I must talk about this glass board that I am using. I am obsessed. Okay, so it's glass, obviously. The back is a magnet. And so then there's also the painted design. You can see mine, it looks like a palette or, just beautiful rainbow colors on this palette. And then those blue magnets you can also purchase from the glass board. And they are so strong and sturdy. And so far, I'm thrilled with this. I really, really, really wanted something that was going to protect my desk, but also be cute. And so many of the mats that you could put on your desk will protect your desk, or they'll get that job done, but they're not beautiful. So I wanted something beautiful as well. So that is where this comes in, and I am thrilled with it because now I can use my inks and my fountain pen inks and my alcohol inks and all of those things without worrying about staining or damaging my desk. And what's even more important to me about that is that I recently got a new desktop just because I needed one because my old ones were all chewed up. And I now have something that is able to provide that protection to my desktop. And it's adorable and it makes me really excited. So fantastic. And then I love the light blue magnets too. They're very cool. All right, so I like using the big long ruler to help keep the alphabet stickers mostly straight. If you've been watching for a while, you know I am not a perfectionist, so it's not important to me that they are perfect. I just want them to be mostly straight. So that's where the big long ruler comes in that it is able to help me do that. So I'm going to use two different colors of these Bella Boulevard alphabet stickers. I just really like the fonts and I like that there are so many stickers included for each color. And I wanted to really lean heavily into the winter theme. And so I stuck with the blue and the gray alphabet stickers because then they both sort of provided a little bit of contrast and a little bit of difference there, but then they're also just very beautiful and very pretty as well. Okay, so now I also want to add the tiniest bit of hand lettering because I don't want it to look too linear and straight and all of that. So the hand lettering adds a little bit of whimsy, a little bit of that idea. So that's where we're at with this. And then I will also just add a lot of journaling as well. I'll draw lines, but then I will also use the pencil for some and then erase those lines as well, just for it to not be too all the same, matching, if you will. All right, so now I'm adding those just one little line of those cute little stickers right there, and I love it because the font is adorable on there. And so I'm gonna mix and match the gray and the blue again, just to sort of pull in a little bit of the gray. I do like to add the lines themselves. I like the contrast that they bring with a black pen, the black on the white paper, and then they make the overall journaling a little bit neater, you know, tidy, neat, that type of thing. However, I don't always want it there because sometimes it's too much. It's a little bit competing with other visual elements. So that's why sometimes I use the pencil and erase those. I just like to keep it, you know, a variety of things as well. Hence why, like right there, I wrote the 2025 with the brush pen because I just don't want it to all be completely matchy-matchy or the same. So now on this side, I will add the journaling with no lines. So I'll use the pencil to make the lines so that it's straight and not, you know, going upward or anything like that. But I will then erase those and yeah, it's beautiful. So that is it for me today. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below, and I will do my very best to get back to you. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.